Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are doing Olivia's Happy Home Paradise vacation home. She recently moved onto my island and I try to build the villager vacation home when I have a new person living there pretty quickly after they move in. She wanted a portal to the land of Nod and I was going back and forth on which lot I wanted to choose to build this on. I end up going for the one at D2 because I feel like it evokes a little bit of coziness with all of the bamboo in that area. Honestly, there were really no other lots that really spoke to me. I was considering maybe putting her on an island and having that be her relaxation space, but I was thinking more like cozy bedroom while also making the outside very zen and kind of lush. I really didn't put any furniture out there other than a couple of small pieces. I'm not really counting the houseplants and the topiaries. I feel like that more coincides with landscaping than actual furniture. The zen aesthetic is something that I really liked too. I tried to go for zen looking builds on the bamboo lot. I really think that it fits in with the whole surrounding area, and it's also different than what she has as her regular house when you have her as a villager on your island. I also never really used that zen fence, and I haven't used it at all since the 2.0 update. I feel like I used to use it more prior to that, but the 2.0 update introduced customizable fencing, and I really love that beige option, or brown, whatever the swatch is called. I feel like it fits really well when you're trying to do something more neutral, and it looks a lot better than the default. I don't really know what I was going for with the color scheme out here. It's very red and white with a few small accents of other things, and I couldn't really find a path that I wanted to use. I probably could have used a custom design path. I do have a nice stepping stone one that takes up 4 tiles, but I ended up going with the gray alternating. I really wish that we had more variety of default pathing to use. I've said this before, I like the custom design paths and I like that there are so many options from the community, but I really like the fact that the default pathing makes a sound when you walk on it and the custom design ones don't. It's kind of like a catch-22. Do you guys ever feel like that? Also, I don't know about you guys, but for whatever reason, whenever I'm on a happy home plot and I'm doing the trees and I want to resize them, I can never ever figure it out on the first try. I always end up going a lot bigger than I need to, and then I have to do it at least 1 or 2 times more until I get it right. We're inside now. We go through quite a few iterations of this layout. It kind of stays mostly the same, and it's very much not the typical studio apartment that I usually do when I do a happy home build. Because she didn't want to shop or anything, I did choose to only do a 1-level house so we don't have a second story to worry about. I probably could have changed it to a big 2-story and made both the upstairs and downstairs small, but I end up just working with the 1 level, and I do decide to make the room bigger as well as change up the walls. No partition walls or columns this time. She really just wanted a place to sleep, so I end up kind of making it like a big bedroom / living area, sort of like how you might have a 1-room hotel suite where they have like the living space and then the bedroom area without an actual door to close between the two. I don't really know what I was trying to do with the bookcases there. I wanted to try and use them, and then I was also thinking of maybe even having that back accent wall be the library wall, but I decided to just nix the entire thing. She does end up having some book clutter all around, but I do not use the bookcases. I just couldn't find a practical way to fit them in. I'm also, as I'm recording this, remembering that the manga library wall exists, and that probably would have fit a lot better with the whole color scheme we had going on there. But then that would have meant that I would have an entire wall where I couldn't hang anything, and I did not want that, which was also my reasoning for not using the library wall. Surprisingly, the requested items tab actually came in handy a lot during this, and one thing that I completely forgot that you can do, I don't know why I don't do this more often, you can put KK Slider records on the wall. I know I complain a lot about the lack of wall items, but then I completely forget in the same vein of things that you can actually put KK Slider records up there. They do have a nice little frame around them. What does bug me though is that you cannot customize the frame. It's just that generic wood oak color, and it is what it is. It's not terrible, but I kind of wish that you could customize it, at least like you can with the villager photos, how it's just a predetermined set of swatches. I would like to make it dark wood or maybe even white, but that's just not available. Now that I think of it though, I guess they're more like album covers than records. I mean, I guess they are records. Realistically, we'll never know, considering they can be used in every single music player in this game, from the cassette player to the portable record player, even the little Bluetooth speaker. KK is just out there with all of his music on all of the platforms. The only reason that I went for a purple and black color scheme in this build was because of the Moroccan sofa and the ottoman, solely based the colors on those 2 items. Do you guys ever do that? You just find an item and you base your entire build around it? I know a lot of people do that in The Sims. I haven't actually played The Sims in a really long time. I'm hoping to get back into it eventually. I do need to have a PC though. I tried playing The Sims 4 at around the time that it first came out. Like, I bought the game. I think I bought the special edition game or something. It was really expensive when it first was released, but now it's free, the base game at least, and I just wasn't really that into it. I played it for a little bit. I didn't really find the gameplay that interesting. I stopped, and then I picked it up again when they released the toddler update quite a few years later. Played for a bit, and then same thing, just lost interest. I don't know, I think it's a me thing. I've been playing The Sims for a long time. Like, I started with the original Sims, also a lot younger than I probably should have been playing The Sims. I was not 13, but I fell in love with the game, and I was so excited when The Sims 2 came out. I remember there was a lot of hype about that. Played that. Loved that. Same with The Sims 3, even though it ran like garbage, and it still runs like garbage right now in 2024. And then I just fell off when The Sims 4 released. I do watch a lot of Sims content creators here on YouTube, and I do keep up with the game in terms of updates and new packs coming out. However, there hasn't been anything that's caught my eye and made me want to actually, like, pay money for a Sims pack. I only own the base game. I don't even have Origin installed on my computer. As you guys know, I'm a Mac user. I don't have a PC currently to even play games on. I could play The Sims 4 on Mac. I know people do, but I want to play the older games, and they're not compatible with Mac, especially as I have an M1 Pro chip, and they're not compatible with the Apple Silicon. I know there's the Sims 2 Super Collection available in the App Store. It's by Asper, which is a different developer. They were the ones, I guess, who ported over The Sims 2 for Mac when it was releasing back in the day, but it's not complete. There are a lot of packs missing because not all of them were ported over to Mac, although I do think it is updated to work properly with Silicon. However, I do have the Sims 2 Ultimate Collection just sitting in my Origin, EA app, whatever library, so I really don't want to have to buy it for Mac, especially when it's not complete. And before you come at me, yes, I know it's abandonware. I'm on the Sims 2 and the Sims 2 help subreddits. I've been reading about how to get it running on modern machines and that you need clean templates in order to have the neighborhoods run properly and not self-corrupt. I don't know, I just miss the old Sims games. Back to the build though, I really do love how versatile that framed wall poster is. I think I talked about this in a previous video, but it just works so well with literally everything, as does the stack of Zen cushions. And I am so glad we can use custom designs on that thing because none of the default swatches matched the aesthetic I was going for. Here we are just trying to move around a bunch of the little tiny clutter items. I really do like how this space turned out. I like the black and white and purple, and I like how cohesive everything looks, both with the color swatches and the styling of everything. We went for a little bit of a mix with some antique items, as you know, the bed was her requested thing, and I really love the Moroccan furniture and the simple furniture. I think that it worked pretty well with what I was trying to pull off here. Now we're just changing up some of the swatches, doing some last minute go arounds, making sure that everything looks good, and trying to figure out where exactly I want to put the KK Lullaby cover. I also tried really hard to fit a bench at the end of the bed. I did try the patchwork one. You don't see it because I cut it out, and of course there are no good color swatches that match this palette in here. I tried the Zen one, but it did cut off that space on the other side of the bed, so I decided to just completely forego it. Here we are doing the little montage. I also completely forgot to change it to nighttime before ending the project, and there was no way for me to do it after the fact without remodeling, so I did have to go back and do that. I love the lighting in here, and I love the aesthetic, although that one corner is a little dark, but that's okay. I ended up with a total of 45,000 Poki by the end of this. 30,000 for the initial house build, and then an additional 15,000 when I had to go back and remodel to change the time of day. That is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I will see you next time. Bye.